Hello, you're watching Cruise1st TV, where we're ready to take you around the world on fabulous cruise adventures to the likes of Seychelles, Mauritius, Mexico, Colombia, as well as the best of Greece and Turkey. And best of all, we're doing it free at sea with the big brand of Norwegian Cruise Line.
Yes, we certainly are, and that means free at sea includes a premium drinks package on board the ship, as well as $50 shore excursion credit for every port of call. Not only that, but you'll enjoy free Wi-Fi package, plus a night or two of specialty dining. So the value in the deals coming your way is incredible. Now, we're going to be looking ahead to do departure dates next year and also into the year after that as well, 2025, which seems millions of years away, but you can get holidays sorted in the diary for it right now with low deposits. In this show, those deposits are starting from just under £200 each today, which is brilliant. Imagine that. A holiday 2 years away, but I can sort it today with a low deposit and know it's happening because I'm very disorganised.
I'm loving this because I love to plan and I love holidays. So we'll start with an all-inclusive Seychelles, Mauritius and Africa. It's 20 nights. So 19th of November next year it all begins. We fly you south to Dubai for a 2-night pre-cruise stay in the bustling Emirates. Oh, Dubai. This is just, in fact, my best friend is there right now and I text, are you having the best time? She said, yes, it's so hot though. You could find anything you could possibly ask for in Dubai. It is just like the playground for adults, but it's a great place for families to go as well.
Let me ask you about the shopping, because I know that's something you're going to know something about. It's not just the big brands. Are there like shops that you've never seen anywhere else in the world in Dubai?
Oh, there's such a mixture. Yeah, you can go and get all those high-end, because out there in the Emirates, you know, you've got all the designer labels, but then obviously stuff, because it appeals, you wouldn't just say it's Middle Eastern or it's just for kind of Europeans. It's so, you've got brands from all over the world. You can go out to the souks and things like that, but you've got to remember it's a completely man-made place. So it's sort of authentic in that sense, and not that you want to go replica shopping, but I believe that there's a market for that over there as well.
Is there?
I know, but yeah, Dubai, a great place. And after enjoying a couple of nights there, you're going to join Norwegian Dawn for a 16-night all-inclusive cruise. Wow, and you're free at sea as you cruise as well, which is very, very exciting.
It is really good. And the itinerary on this one is absolutely fascinating as well. You are going here, there and everywhere. But look at what you can enjoy on board. I mean, that was just the entertainment and the nightlife, and that's enough for me. Well,
I just love the colours and the styling here. It feels very, very opulent, very, very grand, and great for going to this part of the world where that's what it feels like. It's very rich, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's all about kind of golds and, luxurious velvets, we're seeing.
Yeah, it's about being alive, isn't it? With lots of colour around it. And vivacious.
Feels a little bit fancy too. Now we're looking at some of the speciality dining options. Like we always say with cruising, you can make it as dressed up or as relaxed as you like, but there's some great speciality dining on board.
Yes, and 2 of your nights you will be speciality dining as part of your price. That's
fantastic, because it's really worth trying out these restaurants. Main dining's great, buffet's great, but to go and enjoy yourself and treat yourself to go to these, because it's not just the food, it's the service, it's the design of the restaurant. Absolutely lovely. She's a great cruise ship. Loads going on board, as we're seeing there. The spa, the gym, and of course the grand walkway down, taking the kids, loads for them to do as well. The kids clubs are absolutely out of this world. So cruising out of Dubai, you're going to arrive in Muscat. The colourful Sultan's Palace and the Jalali and Marani forts are well worth visiting if you want to experience true Omani culture. A few days cruising, you'll arrive in the Seychelles at Port Victoria, which is famous for its exports of vanilla and coconut oil. The smells will be lovely. Take a stroll through the botanical gardens as well. Then it is La Digue. Now, much of the island is underdeveloped, so it's really nice to bike around. You've got quiet bays, really spectacularly beautiful beaches there as well. A couple of days at sea, arriving in Kenya, Mombasa. Giant sculpted elephant tusks span the entry to the island where Mombasa perches. Wow, that sounds spectacular, doesn't it? Then it's Tanzania, Zanzibar. Now, the leopard there have long captivated visitors. You can also spot coral, frogfish, crocodile fish, octopus snorkeling there. Wow, what a joy. Then it's Noisy Bee in Madagascar. Now, it's known for its vanilla, pepper, lang lang infused air, brilliantly colourful colourful sunsets, and it's peaceful because that's what Noisy Bee means big island. Day at sea arriving in Port Louis, Mauritius. Now you've got an overnight on board in port here, which is amazing. Go and visit the Champs de Mars racetrack, learn about the local history and culture at the Blue Penny Museum, walk through the gorgeous foliage at Le Jardins de la Compagnie. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely that you've got that overnight there. After that, you'll come off the ship and a flight home. Goodness gracious me, what a selection of countries and places you're going to. How exciting.
I know. Tanzania, Kenya, Madagascar, all great places with wonderful safaris on offer. The Seychelles just sounds like absolute paradise, doesn't it? And Mauritius, of course. Oh, my word. I mean, that's just dream-worthy, isn't it? Love the fact that you've got some time in Dubai when you get there as well. So you've got a couple of nights in a hotel there before you do your East African dawn. And if you think about it, if you talked to, I don't know, 30 sets of people who were going on a cruise or had got one planned in the diary, and you said, where are you going? Most of those 30 would probably say Med, Caribbean, Alaska maybe, possibly Australia. I'm not sure many people would be saying, we're on an East African dawn. Worth thinking about, isn't it? A different, very, very different itinerary, this one, and one which is fascinating. Lots of sort of new feeling itineraries popping up in cruise at the moment, and they're well worth discovering because if you feel like you've seen the world so far and you keep going back cruising for the cruise experience, but you'd like to go somewhere different because you feel like you've done all of the, you know, sort of bucket list, tick list favourites, this is a really good one to try. And of course, Norwegian, such a stylish offering on board. That specialty dining is really, really good. And this is good because we factored in free at sea. So premium drinks package, couple of nights of specialty dining on this one, Wi-Fi and shore excursion credit, which is brilliant when you're going to new places. Now, we did mention that this was for next year. We also mentioned low deposit, so £199 each today. We'll get this sorted for you for the price that we've got, and the offer is really, really amazing considering, again, a lot of these cruise ports, a lot of these countries, if you ask your friend and family circle, nope, never been there, never been to the Seychelles, never been to Mauritius, never been to Madagascar, never been to Kenya, never been to Tanzania. I mean, you are going to some seriously interesting places as part of this package. And you've got that couple of nights in Dubai. And I long to go to Dubai because I look at the footage and I find it absolutely fascinating, and I would love to go and visit. Let's have a look at your upgrades as well, because we can put low deposits down today, so that does allow us to potentially be a little bit more extravagant with our choices if we want to, giving us that bit of breathing space, of course, between now and next November, or certainly your due date. But a low deposit today of £199 each is really, really good, don't you think? And under £3,000, which is a lovely, I mean, that's a 3-week holiday, isn't it? And a really different 3-week holiday as well. If you keep taking the same fortnight year after year after year, and this is the time for next year to do something completely different, well, this could be very easily that something different. It is for a lot of people. We get a lot of requests for these kind of packages. People are always saying, okay, you show us this quite a lot and you show us this quite a lot. Have you got something different? Well, these are those something different. Norwegian are amazing at doing that. They really are. 0800 953 4700 if you want to talk to our team about that. Lots more offers as well, of course, all the major cruise lines, and we're focusing in on Norwegian on this show, and all of their offers that we've got are on the website as well at cruise1st.tv. Right, okay, let's go to another one of those somewhere different. Because I've never been to... Have you ever been to Mexico, Polly?
No, and this isn't just Mexico. We've got an all-inclusive Panama Canal, Mexico and Colombia to Hollywood. Wow, yeah. 20 nights, 20th of January 2025, and it all starts with a flight to Miami, Florida, with a one-night pre-cruise stay. Now, I have been to
there,
Miami.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
yes, I remember.
Absolutely. What a place to go. It is lovely. What the sights, the people.
Yes, and listen, you went, didn't you, on one of those alligator-y things, didn't you?
Yeah, well, where Miami's positioned, you're so close to the Everglades, and there's so many different tours you can go on. And it's an airboat, and you go out, we go for an hour a day or whatever, with some like crazy guy that's like wrestled alligators and crocodiles in his lifetime. And you travel around, and it's just brilliant. Awesome. Well worth a visit. So after that, you're going to board Norwegian Joy for your 16-night all-inclusive cruise.
There's the racetrack.
Yes. Wow, look at that. Imagine a racetrack on a cruise ship.
Well, you don't have to imagine it. It's there.
Exactly.
You can play. You can could go on it every day you cruise if you want to.
Imagine it. I was telling my husband about it. He's like, what? No. Yes. I was like, yes.
And do you know what the best thing about it is? That you can buy a full day race ticket. I'll tell you, I think I'll be doing that every day of the cruise. Never mind where the cruise is going. I'll be there.
There's so much.
There's
Look,
my car.
It says Kids Aqua Park on the screen. That's not just for the kids.
No.
Oh my goodness, slides. That's my kind of thing as well. I love it. There's loads going on. If it all seems a bit too fast-paced, there was the spa. Here's this thermal suite where you can escape from everybody.
Yes, you can lay on one of those wonderful
me time.
thalassotherapy beds.
Oh, yeah. Just having a look at the staterooms. Great selection there. Whatever tickles your fancy. Again, we were just talking how beautifully styled they are, how luxurious and how lovely on board. That observation lounge is fantastic. Imagine the landscape and the views that you're going to see while you're on board. Now, dining on board as well, you've got such a great choice of specialty restaurants.
And 2 nights of speciality on this one.
Oh, I know. Well, there's
included.
So many. So you've got teppanyaki, Cagney Steakhouse. I bet that would be yours. You love a steak,
yes,
don't you?
I do.
Food Republic, La Cucina, Le Bistro, Q-Texas Smokehouse, Galaxy Pavilion. Wow, such a choice on board. We're just having a little look at them there now, making our mouth water.
Do you know what I might try, actually, because there's 2 nights of speciality dining included? I might try the Ocean Blue, because actually I'm not very brave with seafood. And I want to expand my horizons where it comes to seafood.
Well, my tip would be always have it when you're near the sea. You know it's not frozen, you know it's fresh. So this is the perfect place to do it, and it will be cooked for perfection. It's never the same when you get back home. Now, cruising out of Miami, a day at sea, arriving in Jamaica. Now, the thing to do there, it's iconic. Dunn's River waterfalls. They are absolutely spectacular to see in the flesh. Cartagena in Colombia next. Colonial buildings there, but also sandy beaches and mouth-watering cuisine. You'll absolutely love it there. Now, you're going to cruise the Panama Canal, arriving in Panama City, where you'll get an overnight on board in port. Just look at Panama Canal there. Can you imagine cruising that? Wow.
It's just breathtaking, isn't it? I mean, when you think those large cruise ships going through there, must be a real treat. There's Panama City.
Yeah, wow. And again, very, very special. Nice place to kind of tick. Yes, I've been there. I've actually been. You'll enjoy that overnight there. Then it's Puerto Quetzal in Guatemala. It's the biggest Pacific port there. Tours to La Antigua, Auto Safari Champin Zoo as well. Then arriving in Mexico, Acapulco, which is the Riviera of Mexico. You've got daily shows from cliff divers there. Wow, look at those cliffs. Do you fancy that? Puerto Vallarta next in Mexico. There's a great dolphin encounter there where you can watch a dolphin show, but also swim with them as well, which is a lovely thing to do. Mazatlan, which is best known for beautiful beaches, warm, sunny weather. Oh, paradise. I could just imagine lying there. Staying in Mexico, it's Cabo San Lucas next. You can stay and enjoy those beaches, the bay itself, or take a glass bottom boat tour to see the fish as well, or a wild canyon adventure. A day at sea arriving in Los Angeles, where you come off the ship and you think, oh, is it all over? No, you have got 2 nights in a hotel in LA at the end of this holiday. What can I tell you about LA? It's a bit like, you know, before you went to Vegas and you were sort of, and now you're obsessed. LA as well. It's fantastic. What a place to go to. So much to do. Obviously, you want your pick outside the Hollywood sign, the Griffith Observatory, walk the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which you think, oh, it's just stars on the street now when you go. It's really cool.
Got to be done, hasn't it?
Get your picture with your favourite ones as well. Sunset Boulevard, just to say you've been on it, is amazing. You can get the Getty Center, Rodeo Drive. I mean, I don't know if your credit card quite let you shop there, but just to go down it as well. Go over to Santa Monica. Oh, that was my favourite part of it. It's really a bit more of a relaxed vibe. But you might even spot a few famous people while you're there as well, walking along the street. It's a pretty special place.
You never know.
Yeah, and you've got to go and watch a sunset at Venice Beach while you're there as well. After that couple of nights in a hotel, it's time to go home. For real this time.
Yeah, but you'll be back before you know it.
Of course you will.
You'll be back before you know it. And of course, because we're planning for the start of 2025, whenever that is, it feels like a million years away, that, doesn't it? But it's not. If you think about it, it'll roll around very, very quickly. Good now to be able to put a low deposit on this holiday, knowing that it's happening. And I know I keep repeating this over and over again, but you know the price of everything? Yeah. Well, I never need to say any more than that, do I? So if you think about it, in a year's time, which is still long before this cruise goes, flight prices will have changed, hotel prices would have changed, cruise prices might have changed. Free at sea promotion might have changed with Norwegian. Who knows? I have no crystal ball. But what I can say is because we have such a lot of people who book their holidays with us and such a great relation with Norwegian and the airlines and the hotel brands around the world, we can lock in a really good price tag right now that won't be a big surprise before you actually go away on the holiday. So £199 each as a deposit right now, and bear in mind this includes the flights, it includes the hotel stay in Miami, that fabulous cruise, and the 2 nights in LA at the end of the cruise, and your flight home, of course. Reluctantly, I'm sure by then. 2799. And bear in mind when you're on the cruise as well, it's always and, isn't it, with me? But the cruise has your drinks, has your Wi-Fi package, has 2 nights of speciality dining and $50 of shore excursion credit for every port that you go to, because you won't have heard of them all. There will be new places that you're going to for the very first time. So a bit of shore excursion credit really does help you along. And by the way, you don't need to do masses of homework before you go on your holiday, because there's loads of information on the ship. There's presentations about ports you're going to. You can look at it on your TV, in your cabin of an evening. Lots of excursion opportunities, so you never have to worry about, well, I've never heard of that place. That's the journey, that's the discovery of a cruise holiday. Here's the details if you want to upgrade as well, because advanced planning, again, just gives you that chance right now also to bag the cabin that you want as well, rather than leaving it until the last minute and taking your chances. Here, you know exactly what you're budgeting for, what's included before you're even going. I mean, it's kind of win-win, isn't it? And remember, £199 each today as a deposit is such a good idea. It really is, because it means that you know it's happening for a start, and it just gives you that budgeting space and breathing space, because sometimes all the bills come at once, don't they? And it's a little bit kind of, whoa, which one first? And holidays kind of gets bumped down the line sometimes, but this allows you to do what we used to do when we wanted something. Put a little bit aside every now and again, and then you've got it, haven't you? Listen, don't take money advice from me, but the last person to take advice from. Anyway, listen, talking of advice, you're always in very good hands with us.
With over 20 years of travel experience, when booking with Cruise1st, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and Atoll Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is safe with us. We've been on your TV screens for over a decade, and we guarantee the best cruise prices. If you find one of our offers cheaper elsewhere on TV, then we'll match or beat that price. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday with many of our deals. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until your due date to pay your balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 6,000 independent reviews, so you can be fully confident when booking your next holiday with Cruise1st.
It's good, isn't it? It's good to know that, and I say this again all the time. I must have been doing this a while now. I'm hearing myself repeating myself, but it is true. I mean, doing this job for so long has made me a terrible cynic when it comes to service. I look up everyone's reviews. I want to know what everyone's got to say about so-and-so. I'm not doing business with that company until I know the ins and outs of everyone being happy. And particularly in travel, that's really important, because it's never 100% perfect in travel. Travel is travel, isn't it? But it's on average how often that company gets it right and deals with any issues there are along the way. And I have to say our guys are absolutely brilliant when it comes to that as well. I mean, most things go absolutely smoothly, but in the times that it doesn't, it's the way a company deals with that really makes a difference.
And that's from both sides. Obviously, there might be, issues either side. Your plans might change, things change.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And that's also a reason why we're considered so highly. Right then, I think we've got some time to do some more holidays.
Yes.
All-inclusive Greece and Turkey with an Athens stay. It's going to be 12 nights. Again, we're looking ahead. It's the 9th of September 2025. Bags of time to plan. We're going to fly you to Athens for a 2-night pre-cruise stay.
It's a long way off, isn't it? September 2025. But that's brilliant. Again, locking in a good deal today.
Locking in a good deal. Like
Have you been to Athens?
I have. Oh my gosh. In fact, it was with school many years ago. Yeah.
We'll see what you remember.
Oh, it was wonderful because we saw the Acropolis, which is amazing. I think back then, it was so many years ago, you could get quite up close. It's a bit more cordoned off nowadays. But Athens, what a great place. I mean, I love Greek architecture and all the Greek history and the mythology around it.
Yeah, I guess as a kid as well, you wouldn't necessarily have appreciated it in the same way as if you went today either.
Yeah, I mean, yes, exactly. But the Acropolis, the Parthenon, the Temple of Olympian Zeus, they're like the must-see attractions while you're there. It's the oldest capital in Europe as well, named after Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. But of course, the Greeks are known, aren't they, for wisdom and what they've given society today. So that's an amazing place to spend 2 nights before you join Norwegian Viva.
Yes, she is.
We're very excited. She launches this August. Look at her. I mean, I love the Norwegian ships. I really do like the artwork on the outside. I'm easy pleased, me.
Well, if you think about it, it makes great sense because you have one great big poster board to the world there, if you think about it, the size of a ship. So the more outrageous that she is, that how glamorous that she is and how showy she is. I mean, there are a lot of cruise ships and a lot of cruise lines out there. So if you stand head and shoulders above the rest, then people are going to be noticing you, aren't they?
Oh, I'm loving the look. So much going on board. It looks really like vibrant. The slides on board, if you're into that kind of thing as well. The racetrack, very, very exhilarating. There's a lot there for all the senses. Oh, look, that is the side. Look, would you be brave enough to have a go at that? There's a dry one and there's a water one where you do it on a rubber ring.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Rubber ring or not, I'm there.
Of course. But yeah, so many activities. So there's mini golf on board, digital mini golf, which sounds really, really exciting as well. 2 escape rooms as well, if that tickles your fancy. loads. Oh, look at that, the nightclub. I know you'd be there. You're a night owl, you.
I'd be the last one there.
I've been on a cruise with you. You say you're going to bed. You're up later than anyone you are. It's amazing. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous with all the activities. But you can see there those lovely infinity pools on each side of the ship where you can just relax.
That's really bizarre concept, isn't it? It's a wonderful concept, but being in an infinity pool, I mean, you might have done it high above a hotel before somewhere or whatever, but doing it on the edge of a cruise ship with the ocean underneath you, that's got to be some special feeling, right?
Think of the Instagrammable photos you'd get.
Straight away.
It's all about the photo opportunity. Yeah, make sure you've got some storage free on your phone for all the pics that you're going to get. I mean, we just saw Starbucks there. Wow, that was the most incredible Starbucks I've ever seen. So cruising out of Piraeus, arriving in Thessaloniki, which is the home of ancient churches and the famous secluded Athos monasteries as well. Very, very beautiful, warm, shallow water and sandy beaches. Ephesus, Turkey is your next stop. An archaeological and historical heritage treasure trove there, dating back 8,500 years. Next, it's Istanbul. You're lucky enough to get an overnight in port here, which is really exciting because Istanbul, wow, what a city to go to. The Blue Mosque, you want to go to Galata Tower, the Grand Bazaar. Wow, you just want to see it all, immerse yourself in the culture. I mean, it's going to be a great place to people watch.
Those buildings look amazing.
I know. Then Volos in Greece, you've got ancient archaeological sites there and access to the Pelion mountain range, which is the home of the mythical centaur. Ooh. Mykonos, you've got Greek flour mills there, historic windmills set amongst the sea. Oh, how lovely. And a whitewashed 17th century church complex. Then Santorini, oh, what a great place to go to. I love it. It's pretty much like being on a film set. It is so beautiful. The pictures don't do it justice, but it's just like that. It's incredible. Rhodes next, which is known for its delicious food, lovely local products. It's got a wine-making tradition there that goes back to antiquity, which is lovely. Next, Heracleion in Crete. Great famous cultural sites there and museums such as Knossos Palace and the Archaeological Museum of Heracleion are pretty good landmarks there. Cruising back to Piraeus, where you'll get your flight home.
Mr. P, have we ever been to Volos before? Yeah, I thought so. Brand new port. I'm asking Mr. P because he makes all the lovely picture slates that you see for the destinations. And I didn't think he would have had one ready for Volos before because I don't think we've seen that on an itinerary before. That's the nice thing about cruising as well, is there's always new ports popping up. I mean, it's a nightmare for us because we have to do lots and lots of homework, but that's fine. We do it. We're happy to do that. But it's really interesting finding out about maybe even different parts of the Greek Isles or whatever. It's amazing. It expands your knowledge no end. It really helps you to get to know the world. This is a lovely itinerary, don't you think? Remember, drinks package included here as well. We factored in free at sea here, so that's premium drinks. And just so that you know as well, word to the wise, when you're on board with Norwegian, when you go up to the bar and you look at the selection of drinks, which is not necessarily always the case in every bar you go to, you're going, oh, well, I like a rum, but I know which one I like, or I like this, and you're looking along the brands going, is that rum? Is that gin? You will recognise the brands behind the bar as well. So it's a premium drinks package. You've got your night of speciality dining on board. You've got your shore excursion credits, and you've also got a Wi-Fi package. Did I include them all? Yes, I did. Yes, drinks, Wi-Fi, shore excursion, and a night of speciality dining is all factored into. Nice. So 9th of September, in 2 years' time, we can book today for £199 each as a deposit, which is brilliant, so we can know that it's happening, and that's it. Then the price won't move, and the price is really good, actually, considering on the cruise, you don't really, unless you choose to, you don't really need to dip into your pocket at all. Unless you want to treat yourself to more speciality dining or pamper treatments or shopping, you don't really need to spend any more than that. £1999 per person. It's incredible. Should we have a look at the upgrades as well? Because we are doing this in advance, aren't we? Over 2 years ahead of time. So you might be thinking of your cheeky little upgrade there. Remember on this, so the whole package is flying you out to Athens, 2 nights in a hotel room only in Athens for you to do with that time exactly what you want to. Go and explore. And then you've got 10 nights of Norwegian Viva cruising, the Greek Isles and Turkey, including that overnight in Istanbul, and a brand new port to us that we've never featured before, Volos in Greece. What was there, Polly, again?
In Volos. Oh, you're catching me off. We've got ancient archaeological sites, and you've got access to the Pelion mountain range, which was home of the mythical centaur.
Oh.
That was a centaur. That's a word in my daughter's spelling test today. Centaur.
C-E-N-T-A-U-R.
I haven't got high hopes that she got it right.
Oh.
She couldn't get
Oh,
that.
she will.
Oh, it's all right.
She'll be fine and dandy.
I'll let you know.
Well, anyway, hopefully we've all just learned something there. Although, who knows? Yeah, we'll see.
Would you like to know the other words in her test?
No, go on.
No.
Okay, yeah, maybe later. Maybe later. They are lovely offers, though, don't you think? Actually, do you know what? Just going back to Athens for a second,
Yeah.
and you talking about you went on a school trip.
Yeah.
Now, school trips, if I'm not wrong, aren't that exotic these days.
No.
They don't tend to even be abroad these days because
No.
of health and safety and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, sorry, no offence anyone, but you know what I mean. You're more likely to get a trip to the local castle, aren't you, than to go to Athens. But a wonderful educational trip, if you were taking the children to this. And actually, you would learn a heck of a lot. Because actually, of course, Greek mythology and whatever comes up a lot in education, doesn't it?
It does, but it's absolutely fascinating
Yes, it
as
is.
well. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Well, you
lovely.
know, the Ball and Chain is a sculptor and
course.
sculpts quite a lot of Greek figures.
Gosh.
I have a Kronos at home.
All sounding a bit highbrow for me.
No, it's great though. Anyway, listen. Sorry, we just sat here chatting
a
like
little chat.
Sissy and Ada. Thanks so much for your company. If the team can help you with anything, give us a call on 0800 953 4700, cruise related, of course. And we'll be back chatting more nonsense before you know it. See you later.
Bye.